What's going on YouTube? We're back here with another video on K09, man. We're gonna be giving my first impressions on Narja, and I'm gonna be talking about a couple builds and just a lot about this character because I think she's actually really good. Make sure y'all hit the like button, make sure y'all subscribe if you want to see more CZN content. Without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, with Narja's release, pre-release, I thought she was going to be a good character, especially once we got to see the live stream and we got to see what she was about. And when I was reading through her cards, especially her epiphanies as well, I was realizing like, damn, you could really make a lot of builds for Narja, right? So obviously she's a controller unit, so once you hear that, you're automatically thinking, okay, a character that's going to help you survive, heal, whatever, right? Maybe a bit of buffing. But she does everything, right? Like, as you can see with her Veracity, she's going to be giving you 40% fixed heal when you're using an attack card. And, you know, there's a lot of characters in the game where you could spam a lot of attack cards. So you're basically going to be able to spam heal yourself, right? And if your health is 50% or higher, which most of the time it probably should be, right? Plus 30% damage amount dealt by attack cards when the effect is activated, decreased by 1. So obviously it depends on how many stacks of Veracity you have, but if you know, get the right build, you're probably going to be stacking a Veracity a whole lot, so you're probably going to be able to use these buffs the whole fight, hopefully, right? That's probably, you know, mostly the goal when using Narja. Then alongside her Veracity, she also has something else called Predation. If in a Veracity state, plus 80% damage amount dealt by attack cards when the effect is activated, decreased by 1. So it's just another buff. So she's giving you 2 buffs alongside with the healing. And that's kind of like one build there, right? Healing slash buffer build. Then when you go through her cards, you realize that you could kind of make a DPS of her as well. So it's not the best build, to be fair. I've only done 2 runs. I was pretty lucky, but as you can see with this build, 2 shackles of hunger, you know, times 4 hits. So anyone that's been playing from the start, or just, you know, been playing the game, you probably know multi hits are crazy, right? No, even if it's a low percentage like this, multi hits are just crazy. Then I've got 2 bottomless hungers that give me plus 100% defense base damage. And the crazy thing about this, it has retained, so I can literally wait until I get the cards I want to then use the bottomless hunger and pair it up with whatever attack card I'm going to use. And I have 2 of them, right? So that's basically 200%. Then you have voluntary control here, which is an upgrade one. I wish it had initiation. If it did, it would have been cooking, right? But 10 Veracity, select 1 attack card, right? And 1 predation each time the card is moved to hand. So this is insane as well, because I like to put this on one of Serennial's cards. Let's go to Serennial. I like to put it on this type of card, on Ravage, or at the start of turn, move to hand. You know, so it kind of helps trigger it a lot. And obviously, you know, it has the epiphany, 1 morale, 1 resolve, which I'll always take, right? So that 1 predation I'm going to be getting, and obviously that 10 Veracity at the start. When I get 2 of these cards, you know, I'm getting 6 Veracity each, or Veracity from each of them, you know, once they're, you know, drawn. So I'm getting a whole lot of Veracity. Then with Domain of Veracity, is what, for 2 turns plus 100% defense base damage taken by the target. Oh, then with Forbidden Ecstasy of Violence, you know, this percentage could also go up. Even though it says defense based damage, it does still buff like cards like this that don't even say defense based damage, just so you guys know that. Also do a good amount of damage too. So you could literally build a controller character into a DPS, and she's gonna do some solid DPS. I'm pretty sure there's some videos out there as well, her doing some good DPS out there, doing 1 turn kills as well. Like it really does work. I think there's another DPS build you could also do, and I think it's more to do with mealtime. Is it on Bottomless Hunger, Epiphany? You know, look at this one, 7 Veracity for 1 turn. Each time Veracity is activated, plus 40% damage amount to the next mealtime. So you can literally keep buffing mealtime up, then do 1 big nuke or whatever, right? And especially if you still got Shackles of Hunger cards and stuff like that, you're going to be doing damage there. So you can literally build her as a healer, buffer type character. Then you could build like a DPS version of her. You probably could build something which is in between both as well. I know you could build like a basic attack buffer as well. Like, she's really insane, man. The amount of builds you can make with Narja and the amount of teams you could probably build with her and put her in is actually insane. So my first impressions of Narja is that amazing. You know, an amazing character, an amazing controller unit, fits in so many teams, could build her in so many different ways. And I think characters like this are real. I don't want to say is a must summon, hell no, right? But worth summoning, hell yeah, man. I mean, the amount of things she could do, the amount of builds she could make, and the amount of team comps she could fit in, you know, it's just a really fun character, and she's really good. And like, even though like I don't even have the best, like, you know, DPS stats, right? But even when I was using the save day and other stuff, she was doing like really good damage. You know, you could probably make a build for her where you have more of these cards, decreased cost of 2 random cards in hand by 1 for 1 turn. You have Chizuru's 1 as well. If you pair that up, and I don't know, maybe you have another DPS character, it could work really well, you know. Well, this one, there's an epiphany for it where I think it's like 2 cards, decreased cost of 2 random cards by 1. Like, that could be really insane, partnered up with her one. Obviously her one's a skill, but still, like, I think you could make some real nice plays with that. You know, a lot of low cost cards, maybe have some cards that have draw in them, and yeah, you're gonna be eating. But yeah, I don't want to make the video too long. My first impressions of Narja is that she's a really good character, and I think a lot of her fun is that you could build her in so many different ways. Like, I didn't think we would ever be having a controller unit that you could actually build into it like a DPS, right? Then again, we do have Cassius, so maybe it was possible, but like, her DPS is actually like really viable, you know. Cassius, you kind of need to, you know, stack up a bunch of them 0 cost cards, but her, you could just straight up just make her the DPS alone with like 2 support characters. So it's kind of insane that she can work like that, and it's pretty fun. And I think it just makes the character, you know, really good to pull when you could build them in so many different type of ways, because, you know, you're getting like a lot of out of one character. You know, it's not just, yeah, build her this one simple way and that's it. Like, you can build her several different ways, which is pretty fun. But look, that's gonna be it for me. Like, subscribe, run up. Catch y'all in the next one. I'm out.